Okay, welcome in, welcome in. Hello, my name is Coach Vivian, and welcome to the Score Machine Training. Today, we're going to walk you through the system step by step and show you the full process for using the Score Machine. So right now, we're at the home page, and at the home page, here is where you will see the pricing as well as to sign in. So we're going to go over quickly the pricing. Okay. So right now the pricing is 197 and you'll hear us, myself and Coach V will talk about this 197. Make sure you lock in to the price because it had the introduction price and it did go up from the introduction price. And right now we're at 197 a month. And it also shows the current features. So within the next couple weeks, the prices will increase. So we want to make sure we stress. If you hear us always say 197, because we want you to get the lowest rate right now, which is 197. So when it goes up to the 247, 447, as well as the 1470 a month, with these features, you'll be locked in and you'll be grandfathered in at the 197 price. So if you are not already signed up, I just dropped the link for you to use to subscribe. And again, we highly, highly encourage you to sign up right now for the 197 price. So we're going to go ahead. Again, when you sign in, you typically will sign in here. Since I'm already signed in, I'm going to just go ahead and go to the dashboard. So when you are logged in, this is what you will see. You will see the dashboard. And at the dashboard, you'll see, and I was messing around, sorry about that. You'll see the dashboard. You'll see the total clients, how many that you have imported into the system. You'll see the fundable clients, and then you'll also see the not fundable, and so on. So right now we have a total of 2,209 banks that's registered. And within the banks, these are the total product. And so banks is, the traditional banks and then also the credit unions. So when we say banks, that's the two that we're talking about, the traditional banks and then also the credit unions. So we'll come down here to step one. So with step one is to get your credit report. So we highly encourage you to use My Score Now, but however, if you have Identity IQ, and then the software also recognizes My Score IQ, but we suggest that you use My Score IQ. Identity IQ and My Score IQ, they're within the same. So again, those are the three that we do ask that you use. Here you can use the link here. You can copy the link to use it to get your score, or you can click on register now. And this is another way that you can go ahead and that you can get your credit score, credit report. Step two would be client login. And so with your client login is that this is the way, this is the link that you can give your client to be able to log in. So the client login is for your clients to be able to log into the software. They would have access to see exactly what the credit report entails when it comes to the financial options. So then we move down to the step three is the client onboarding link. So with the client onboarding link is for you to forward to your clients so they do not have to create an account themselves. You will provide them a link along with the My Score IQ client link. And this is the link here. So you will provide both the client onboarding link and the client reporting link, or if they have to go and register, it'll be either or here. And so once they've registered with My Score IQ, then they will click on the client onboarding link to enter the credit monitoring site information. So when they enter the information, they would need to provide, their credentials. One second, if you don't mind. I see the question. So once again, if they've registered with MyScoreIQ, they would click on the client onboard link to enter their client monitoring site information and log in with their credentials. So if they're using MyScoreIQ and if they're using Identity IQ, they will need you will need, or they would, have to provide the last four of their social security number. Once the credit report is entered into the software, it will review the report and determine whether they are fundable. Okay, so then we're going to go down here to our calendar. And so hopefully, if you're not in the paid in full group, you can always, come back to the software here and you'll be able to see that we have classes 5 days a week, Monday through Thursday is the SCORE machine training. It's at 7 p.m. You'll be able to click here to get the Zoom link. So again, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. For right now, Mondays and Wednesday is Coach V, and I'm facilitating on Tuesday and Thursday. And Friday, if you are a printing customer or if you're in the paid in full group, you can access the Friday mastermind class, which is at 3 p.m. Great class to attend. And so it will either be Coach V, Batty, those two, and I hear maybe even Ray. So Ray may be on Friday's classes as well. So definitely, if you can make the Friday class, it is worth the while to attend the Friday's class. So we're going to come down to recent clients, and you'll see your recent clients. But most importantly here, you'll be able to see where, you'll be able to add clients. So all throughout the software, you'll be able to see where you can add clients. So you'll be able to add clients here. You can add clients under clients. You can add clients here on the left dashboard, but we'll go up to the top here to add a client. We want to talk about the affiliate pro dashboard. If you already have a referral link, that you'll be able to use that as well to be able to share your referral link. But this right here is where you share your link. You'll be able to earn commissions for those who subscribe into the software. And then you'll be able to see, click here and be able to see everyone who is using your link. And then you'll be able to see what commissions and stuff that you're earning. So again, we're going to come up here to add a client, and underneath add a client is here. So again, when you're adding a new client, you want to choose one of the 3 platforms. And so a question came today with, do you have to pay for your clients, the credit reports? So we normally say, for your own clients to go ahead and subscribe themselves for a platform. They will have the platform until everything. Like some people, if you want to keep it for monitoring, they can. But if you're just doing credit restoration and you want to keep it until you're complete with the credit restoration. So that is a question that came up, but these are the platforms here. So that we're using My Free Score Now, Identity IQ, MyScore IQ. And so you just pick your platform, put in I don't have Batty's, I don't have his, but and then you put in your password that you have, you'll confirm, and then you'll add the client. Again, if you're using the Identity IQ or the My Score IQ, it'll ask you to put in these credentials, and then you're going to need the last four, your last four if it's for you, or the last four for your clients. And then again, you confirm and then you add. So this is how we add a client here. So then we're going to go over to, again, we'll go down because we just want to make sure for everybody to get familiar inside the platform. So this is how the client's information looks. Just to scroll it here, it repeats the top toolbar. If you have an employee, you'll be able to add your employee here, anybody from your team, and they'll be able to also log in if there's like a password on your account. For the work areas, this is what we typically use a lot in this software. So just about everything that we're doing is going to be out of the work area. So we'll come back and we'll look at that. So with the features, so we know that this is a fairly new software. So if it's something that you don't see and you think that it will be able to be beneficial for you and your clients, please add a new request up here at the top and submit it. And then, we hope that it's a new feature that gets added. So submit your ideas, please. For the AI coach, it's not here just yet, but it looks like it'll be something similar to, ChatGPT, but it'll be a ChatGPT within the software. The knowledge base. The knowledge base it has a community where some people who subscribe, they do kind of communicate within the community. It has also the classrooms where you can go and look at videos that Batty has posted and look at all the courses material here. And the calendar is the calendar again, the one that we talked about with the training schedules. And it has something with maps, course progress. So I guess it's mapping out your journey for your course. Leadership, those who are participating, it looks like they are ranking them. And then just the about is talking about how to get in touch and just a few more information. I don't think it's your own calendar. I think that is the software calendar, but let me take that back because that is a good question. If you have your own team and if you want to add something to your calendar. Great question. And I will get back to you, Mrs. Little. Are you inside the Paid in Full group?
Yes, I am. Thank you.
Okay. We would definitely find you inside that. Did I miss the benefits or how the funding stuff work? No, not yet. We're just going over a little bit more features. Normally we get right into it, but we want to go over the left toolbar to just, let everybody know like, hey, we do see these other tabs. What are they? So not yet. Okay. So the subscription again, you can go to the left toolbar and you'll be able to see the different plans. Support. During the day, we normally have Ray Anderson. He's the one that if you call or if you have anything that you want to talk, Ray is phenomenal. So he's the one but you can leave a message to support team if you don't recognize any of the names. And they're very fast with getting back to you. So you'll be able to see inside your own login, you'll be able to see the back and forth that you have with the support desk, and I'll drop the number as well. As far as the settings, here's the settings where you can go and look at the settings. We do have where we've had questions where it talks about the integration, because some people do have Go High Level, and some, when it talks about the credit repair link, if you want to come here and look at it, as well as your client onboarding link. So right here where it has the name, you can change your name, and put it however you want your clients to see the name there. And so again, quick add a client's invoicing. We used to have a way where you can invoice. So that's something that the attorney advised us to remove. So this is no longer a feature here. And then also you can go to the affiliation dashboard. So as we were saying, when we were talking about the work area is where we mainly hang out pretty much at the work area. And so the work area is where we would come to the work area, we would find our client's name. For the training purposes, we use Batty, but let me go back just so you can see as well for the work area. So right here is Batty's name. Just say if we want to update our credit report, when you see fetch new report, this is where you would come to refresh your credit report. But again, everything is going to be handled under the work area. You'll fetch, upload your new report here. Okay, so underneath analytics insights, I'm sorry. Let's see. All right. My credit analyzes, and this right here is like a breakdown of your credit report here. So you can just basically scroll this and kind of read up and do some, it tells you about your credit scores. It talks about, your inquiries and all of that stuff, but this is just something that you can look and that you can see the breakdown of your report. For your progress report, the progress report is where it's also where it breaks down, but it kind of goes over your score, and then it also talks about the FICO score here in the 5 components, what makes up the FICO score. And these are what we talk about. And then mainly where it says, with utilization, where, this is where they get the 30% from, where we want to be under 30%, but really we want to be below 10, and below 10 below 10 is where we want to be with utilization. But this is what makes up pretty much the FICO score here. It shows you where you at pretty much with credit mix. We always want to make sure this is where we talk about the accounts, how many accounts we have, and it makes up 5%, but you want to have a strong credit mix because this helps, and it shows that you have strong accounts, you're seasoned, all of that type of stuff. So also where it comes down to the accounts, like negative accounts. So the only thing that's reflecting here is 9 inquiries. The system requires 4 inquiries. So because we're over the 4 suggested inquiry, we have the 9. This is why it's indicated 9 here. If you scroll down, it'll show what the 9 inquiries are. Let's just say something is being removed. It will show here, but this is showing the inquiry, the dates, creditor, which credit bureau. So right here, we'll see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So we try to have 4. And so this is showing that TransUnion has 5. Everything else, and I'm pointing this out because you're going to see it later on, is 2 for Experian. You'll see 2 for Equifax, and this is the 5 for TransUnions, and they're still present. And so it just just saying the account summary and stuff like that. Okay, so we're gonna go back up and we're gonna look for the underwriting assessments. So underneath the underwriting piece of score again, here is where we see the TransUnion has the 5, and this is under 4 inquiries, and this is where when I was counting just a few minutes ago. So we're over because with the 5, and so need to go over this right here. Sorry about that. Good is good to go. It's just like you're driving a car. And the red lights, well, the traffic lights. So good is good to go. With the green, yellow, proceed with caution. The red is not eligible. And so right here, it says proceed, with caution, right? So this is yellow and everything else is green. So when we're gonna come to the next step, when we go to our funding, the funding piece is right here. We go to funding. If you agree with the funding amounts and the term, we will acknowledge and we will continue there. So underneath, and so what happens is that the system right now is basically processing your credit report and to be able to see, are you eligible for funding? So you'll see the admin percentage. The admin percentage here, we typically charge the 10%. Again, this is kind of where the invoice was all before, but we no longer have that feature because it was suggested that we remove it. And you'll see the 10% and you can kind of play around here. But what it does, it'll help you with your clients. So if you have the clients, you'll be able to see if they was approved, how much they was approved for, and then you'll know based on the percentage, how much, your administration fee would be. So underneath the personal and business DIY funding, these are all the funding types. So you can choose all, or you can just choose, and I'm gonna pull up here, choose all, and then you can only choose like credit reports. So, and if you would choose one, you'll see that below it, it changes. But when you choose all, means that the funding types is looking at loans, credit cards, line of credits, SBA loans, subprime lenders, home equity, loans and lines, and auto. So this is how you control what you see here below. So remember before where we saw the Experian that we had the two inquiries there. We had the we had the okay, thank you. So we had the with the bureaus, it's all inquiries, all bureaus. So these are all 3. TransUnion is not showing because we had over the 4 inquiries on TransUnion. So this is why it's not showing. It said to proceed with caution, but it doesn't include TransUnion. It includes the Equifax and the Experian. But let's just say your Equifax is your strongest report, and you just want to utilize Experian. I mean, Experian is your strongest report, and you just want to use Experian, then you can do Experian. And this is kind of, it'll, play around with it. You'll see what Experian has for you or your client. Okay, so let's go down below. So down below is where it kind of gets interested in because it's going to pull by your state. And you'll be able to try to go and reset it because it's still showing just the 2. All right, my computer is moving slow. I don't know why it's doing that. Because it should go and show all four again. Need to refresh. Let's see. Okay. All right. So if you get where it's not showing all four down here and you have all highlighted, just refresh it like I did, and it should pull everything back up. So this is where I was saying where it kind of get interested with the different applications is that you have a list of lenders based on the the machine, the software kind of does everything for you. And so you have a list of all the different banks that you or your client qualifies for, and it's by state. And so it may show here a bank that you don't know, or if you have your own strategies and you want to go to a particular bank, you can see if it's on this list, and you'll be able to choose which bank, which credit union that you would like to work with. And you'll be able to apply that way. And so also the funding type, you'll be able to choose if you want to do credit cards, if you want to go down the list and to see everything that your client or you qualify for. And then also with the different cards, banks have different cards. And so you'll be able to read up on it and do your research on this. The question does come up about, what to provide, information. We can't share that information, but I will say is that, if you're doing stuff based on your personal, if you are doing it based on your business, make sure you're adding, all of your household income. We will give you kind of that gem and stuff like that. So let's just say we want to apply for this particular credit card application. And so here are all the benefits that's associated with this card. You will see, depending on what you choose, it may look different. But here, because this is a credit card, it's asking for your business information. Here is where we scroll down when you're asking for your desired credit limit. You'll put in your amount here, and then you will hit submit. And so this is pretty much the software. Do anybody have any questions at this moment?
Yes, I have a question.
Okay,
So if
what's
you
your
scroll back up to the top,
question?
and I'm trying to see, okay, so how did you get to this screen again?
Okay. So I got here. So everything again is off of the work area. Okay.
Hmm?
So this is the main thing. So when we go to the work area, we go to our client's name. We go under underwriting. When you go to underwriting, then we'll go to for the funding. It's analyzing the report. Okay. Again, it's the calculations. This is what we going to choose. If we're choosing all, these are
Okay.
our credit
So if a
bureaus.
client is not fundable, you don't even see that option. I'm trying to follow along in the client's
No,
profile.
yeah,
And
you
so
if
when I got to that part, it said like 4 steps. It says next steps, you meet 4 of 9 criteria. improve remaining items to qualify not eligible, and then it has a button that says go to credit repair.
Right. So if they're
Okay.
not eligible, it will tell you to go to credit repair. Um and this is kind of what the different but
Mm.
toolbars here, what they kind of go into.
I got a question as well.
Okay, no problem. All righty. No, Coach V is here.
You need me?
Here in a few minutes.
Okay.
So I want to go over how you did last night when you were talking about the breaking down for the credit repair.
Go to the
Yes.
work area and stay here. Go to
Mm,
automated credit analysis. Click on that icon.
okay.
Scroll up or down, and there see the run law engine to the right, the blue box. Yeah.
Okay.
So right there
So
in the
let.
middle, you see where it said detected one issue?
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. So pretty much, Coach V, she shared this with everyone last night, and it talked about if someone had any issues and you wanted to go ahead, like for those, if you wasn't using Metro 2, that these are some laws that you can use and go into, Chat GPT, or these are the laws when if denials keep coming back, that if you have any issues, that you can kind of use and stuff like that. So wanted to show that, but that was on under um automatic credit and a analyst. I can't say
Analysis.
analysis today at all. So yes. Okay. And what was your question, sir? I'm sorry.
So my question was basically on the requirements page, when it said like the 5K part, was that like each card or was that like a combined limit? And my other question was also what is like the odds, like if you meet the requirements that you got a chance of getting approved.
So with the odds, and so right here where it says do you, and this is under underwriting, when it talk about the odds. So if you notice that the criterias are a little higher than the normal, because we want to make sure that if you meet these criterias that you're above what the average is. So your odds is kind of higher, if that makes sense. So so basically it's saying like here, you don't have any bankruptcies, you don't have any late payments. Some banks don't want any, late payments. Some may say, well, hey, is is you had it 24, 48 months ago. So they may be lenient. So no charge off, no collections. Inquiries, if you're going with some banks, because it depends on what class you're in. When you're dealing with, Chase and American Express, they have their different rules. And, it's a certain order you should go to when you're trying to get your cards, get your credit cards when it comes to Chase and American Express. So, so it's an intentional that these criteria are a little higher just to make sure that your odds is higher if you meet these. Did that answer your question?
Yes, and then some of the criteria I just want more clarification on, like the 5,000 limit. Is that each one have to be 5,000, or is that like combined? Um,
Yeah. So, and again, this is intentionally, done this way here. So yes, it is each card 5K limits.
Okay, so let's say, for example, if you meet everything except for that one, or if you meet everything except for the history one, those are the two I'm kind of thinking about the most. Does that mean you won't be able to get funding?
Um, Probably not because with the history, I mean, because it's different things that you can do. So if you know you come in here and it's stopping you from getting it, it's other ways to get the history, with the trade lines, with age corps and all that type of stuff. So you
Yeah,
have
but
to,
it said it had to be primary cards with 3 years of age.
yeah, I understand.
Okay, I got you.
I understand. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So, all right. So, yes. So, hopefully you get that point. Um, but yeah, did we answer your question? Hopefully.
Yeah,
So,
you answered it.
okay,
Appreciate you.
okay, great. Anybody else have any questions?
Yes, I have another question. Can you go back
Yes.
to the dashboard?
Mm-hmm. Where are you trying to go?
When you go back to the dashboard, there on the calendar. No, I want to know how to connect my M2, and I wanted to know there was like something on the calendar in red that says pool, like you can only see the word pool, and I wanted to know if that was a direct correlation to the connected M2 software.
Um, and you may have to reach out to the help desk on this because I know because it's integration now.
Mm-hmm.
Because underneath, and this was settings, um, integration. Again, this was go high level. This was the credit repair provider
Okay, that's where
and
you had it. Okay.
the client onboardings.
Okay, and then on the calendar where it said pool, you said I would have to go to and ask why that was on the calendar because I know
No,
in
no,
another
I'm gonna ask when you said about the you were talking about your own calendar, correct?
no on the dashboard where you were showing the calendar at the bottom
Uh-huh.
and on the Friday's date, the
Oh,
dashboard, like the
Fridays.
very first over on the left-hand side on the
Mm-hmm.
dashboard, the word
Okay, hold on
dashboard,
Click on
1 second.
dashboard, Viv, at the top.
Oh, okay, thank you.
and then
I'm trying
scroll
to.
down to the image of the calendar. Okay, it didn't go yet because you're not on the dashboard. There we go. Right there on the
Mhm.
28th where it says Pool Ali. Like,
Oh,
is that a
this is
message that's coming from the M2 software as a reminder that it's time to pull or what?
so the tech put this here as a reminder for themselves. Like since this is his account for him to update on this date.
Okay, see, that's why I was asking, can we add things to our own calendar?
Right. And
Or
this is
did that
something
get imported from like the M2 software?
I doubt about the M2 software. But I will ask the question just to make sure. Do you know Coach V about that? About them adding something to their own calendar?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm not sure. I was literally looking at it on my end to see if there was an add button. It doesn't look like there's an add button to add anything to the calendar, so I don't
Hmm.
think you can. Um, but that
And
is
we'll
something good to ask. Probably click on that feature request and then submit it and see if the developers are, open to adding that to the software.
And so you're
yeah.
saying that that one that's in the red now where it says client reminders, you're saying that
Hmm.
Batty probably added that in himself.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you. I'm just trying to stay organized. Thank you.
No problem. Anybody have any other questions on anything? Okay, so again, if you are in the paid in full group, also if you are paid with M2 Forge. If you are paid or just printing, sorry, period. Just a paid printing member, you are invited to tomorrow's mastermind. Are you going to be facilitating tomorrow, Coach V, or is it going to be
Yes.
Betty? Okay.
Yes, I will be.
Okay. So Coach V is going to be facilitating tomorrow. We're trying to do new things with the Friday class. So this is something that we kind of been talking about. But for now, please join us. You can ask your questions. You know, we can talk about just about anything on the Friday's mastermind class at 3 p.m. And we have to end with the highly encouraging everyone to please, because we have people who with the score machine, when they started out with the testing, a few got in for free. Then it went from 99 to 147 to 197. So we kindly do ask that if you are interested and you're not subscribed, that you please go ahead and and subscribe soon, because anytime now the price will be going up. But we thank you so much for joining us. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow at 3 p.m. And if there are no other further questions, we will end the call for this evening.
Okay, I have one more question.
Okay, what you got?
Okay, when you're in that funding section, where
Mhm.
you demonstrated the different type of products that are available for a client,
Mhm.
you are actually navigating through that with the information they've provided to apply for them? Or are you working
Um,
through it together, like on a Zoom call? Like, how does that work typically?
you kind
Or
of
what is advised?
faded. Can you talk a little louder if you don't mind?
I was saying, so when you are on that funding page where it shows the different products available, like the credit cards, the SBA, things like that, and you
Mhm.
clicked on one of the cards and it went to that merchant's or that bank's website and
Mhm.
showed everything, and then you went to the application. Are we
Mhm.
doing this for our client, like independently, with their permission, of course, because of course they've given us this information, or is this something you would recommend that you do a Zoom call and you type through in your own system to do the process?
So it's how you want to set it up. Like some people that's doing their funding business may not want everybody to know their business because they may say, "Oh, you're using this machine. I can get this machine."
Right.
Or if you don't, if it doesn't bother you, and they just want their money, and they're not trying to, to get the software. And if they are, you can always do affiliate link as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
But so it just depends on your setup, how you want to do this. So some people, most, and it just depends on your people. Like the people I know and clients I know, like they sophisticated. They ain't got time for this. They just
Right.
want what they want. They want me to come up with a strategy and to be able to say, out of all of these cards here, which one have I researched and came up with my own strategy? Because that's the whole thing, is that it may show all of these, but you need to still do your research and say, which ones am I going to use? Which one are the best to get right now? Which one has, soft pulls? Which one has, 0%? Like you really need to do, your research to be able to know how to navigate this, because you may start out with the top three right here and say, I'm going to get, X amount of banks within, 30 days. Then I'm going to rinse and I'm going to repeat. You really need to have a strategy. And we don't really go too much into it because, um, you know, and it just depends on how everybody entered its call, because I know Dre, he has the Smart Hustle University. He teaches strategy, and that's not something that we really go too much into here.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but we just want to let you know is that when you're doing this, definitely research, have you a strategy, Chat GPT. it's good to help you with strategies. Like, I'm not for sure. I was gonna say, like, even if you have to screenshot all of these, right? Put it in ChatGPT and say, hey, this is what I'm trying to do. What's the best approach to work with this? You
Right.
have to make it work.
Right. I understand. Okay.
Okay. All righty. Any more questions, anybody? All right. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate you being here, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow at 3 p.m. where Coach V will be leading the way. Thank you so much. Yeah, have a good night.